Are these time travel stories real or fake? We'll let you decide. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 craziest time travel stories. For this list, we're going over the strangest and most outlandish claims of time travel experiences. Naturally, none of these can be 100% verified, but they are fun to think about. Number 10. John Titor. In the early 2000s, online posts from this alleged time traveler took the internet by storm. John Titor claimed to be a U.S. soldier from the year 2036 in a parallel timeline. He shared grainy photos of his time machine as well as cryptic warnings about the future. A subsequent investigation concluded that Titor was probably entertainment lawyer Larry Haber, but there are still some believers out there. If he was real, though, our timeline must have diverged significantly because his prediction of a second American Civil War in 2004 did not come to pass. Number 9. Noah. Imagine if you could go back in time and meet your younger self. What would you say? Well, in 2017, a man calling himself Noah claimed to be from 2030 and passed a lie detector test.
I came back to this time from the future after a failed mission. I am here to tell the truth about everything.
He subsequently appeared in a video with a Noah from 2070. They provided vague descriptions of the future like, quote, cars are very fast, they get pushed by the road. So, looks like in the future no one understands how technology works either. It's a shame that 2018 Noah wasn't there too, but maybe 3 Noahs would have collapsed reality. Noah's predictions included advanced AI, a manned mission to Mars, and cures for cancer. Alas, a man named Jason later claimed he was Noah, and it was all a hoax. Who knew?
My real name is Jason, and I am not a time traveler. I'm just a regular guy, unemployed, living at home. I wanted to tell you all the truth about who I really am.
Number 8. The year 5000 photo.
This man claims he has been to the year 5000.
What kind of evidence would we accept from a real time traveler? Well, in 2018, a man named Edward claimed to have traveled to the year 5000 and returned with photographic proof. Edward asserts that in 2004, he was selected for a secret project which sent him into the future. According to him, the photo he shared of an underwater city is actually Los Angeles 3,000 years in the future.
I took it with me as a guarantee of solving the question about my citizenship.
By that time, the world will have been flooded by climate change and humankind will survive by living in floating cities, such as the one from which he took the photo. Whether it's true or not, we just hope the future isn't like Waterworld.
Well, excuse me! Did I say anybody could leave before the battle was over, did I? No! Well, do something! I hate sales!
Number 7. The Montauk Project. Was Stranger Things inspired by real-life time travel experiments? Sort of. The hit Netflix show was influenced by the book The Montauk Project, Experiments in Time by Preston B. Nichols and Peter Moon. In the book, Nichols shares his alleged experiences at Camp Hero in Montauk, where experiments on children with psychic powers supposedly opened portals to other dimensions and times.
The core idea in the Montauk Project was a wrangling of human experiments, and this isn't far from fact.
The book also describes the tale of Al Bielek, who claims to have been part of the famous Philadelphia experiment in the 1940s, which supposedly teleported the battleship USS Eldridge through time.
During one trial, the ship rematerialized 200 miles away in Norfolk, Virginia, before disappearing again and reappearing once more in Philadelphia.
Number 6. Vanishing 1940 car. Originally shared in a 1988 magazine article, this story follows 2 men who, on an early afternoon in Louisiana during 1969, encountered a vehicle from the past. While driving on a highway, the duo glimpsed an older vehicle. Upon drawing closer, they saw the slow-moving car's license plate, which had the year 1940 on it. Inside, they saw a woman in 40s attire and a child who appeared scared and confused. After gesturing to her to pull over to see if she needed help, the 2 were astonished to see that the car had vanished. Another driver who witnessed the event also supported their claim. Whether it's true or not, we'll never know. Number 5. The Moberly Jourdain Incident. In 1901, 2 British teachers, Charlotte Ann Moberly and Eleanor Jourdain, were visiting the Palace of Versailles when they allegedly had a most unusual experience. While exploring the Petit Trianon, a small chateau on the grounds, the duo reportedly began seeing people in clothing from the 1700s, as well as buildings that hadn't existed since that same time period. One of the women claims to have seen Marie Antoinette in person, sketching on the grass. They published a book about their experiences in 1911 titled An Adventure. Skeptics have argued that they suffered a shared delusion or witnessed a fancy dress party. Regardless, their story is still enjoyed today.
Though they wore such heavy clothing. Perhaps they were rehearsing a play.
Number 4. Taured Man. Going through customs can be troublesome for any traveler abroad. But one man visiting Japan in 1954 had more difficulty than most. Arriving at Haneda Airport in Tokyo, this unknown man was detained because his country didn't exist. The man purported to be from a European country between Spain and France, which in our time is the microstate Andorra, but the man insisted that his country Taured had occupied the same location. Perhaps even more mysterious is the fact that he vanished from the hotel room he was given to stay in, despite guards posted outside his door. Even his Taured passport was gone. Maybe he returned to whatever time or parallel world he came from. Number 3. Hutton and Brandt. In 1932, a German reporter, J. Bernard Hutton, and photographer Joachim Brandt were assigned a story on the Hamburg shipyard. Once there, however, the two men panicked when bombs began falling around them. After snapping a few pictures, they left in a hurry. No one at the paper believed their story, and their photographs showed nothing out of the ordinary. 11 years later, in 1943, Hutton was shocked when he read a story in an English paper about an Allied air raid on Hamburg, with pictures showing him scenery he was very familiar with. Did Hutton and Brandt leap forward in time somehow? Number 2. The South Fork Bridge Hipster. In 1941, the South Fork Bridge in British Columbia, Canada reopened and someone snapped a photo. Contained within the crowd of pedestrians is a possible anomaly. A man wearing sunglasses with what looks like a logo t-shirt under his sweater. While he might pass for a modern hipster today, next to the others in the photo, he looks incredibly out of place. While skeptics have pointed out that all of his clothing was available for purchase at the time, his choice in wardrobe still feels anachronistic. Was this man a time traveler or just ahead of his time? Before we fast forward through time to get to our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions. Jofar Voren. This man claimed to be from a country called Lexaria. Father Ernetti's chronovisor. This Italian priest and scientist allegedly built a time viewer. W.D. Davis, a time traveler from 2200?
This man claims to be from the year 2200. We met up with him in an undisclosed location as he told us his story. He showed us what he claims is actual food from the future. Watch this and decide for yourself.
If you want to do a quick introduction.
Yeah, hi, I'm W.D. Davis, and I'm from the year 2200.
William Taylor. Has British intelligence been sending agents to the future?
Please understand that they are going to come after me for making this video. I'm putting myself at great risk for telling you the truth. I will tell you everything I know, because there might not be another chance.
Hotel of the Past. Early 20th century uniforms and a hotel that completely vanished. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Victor Goddard's flight. In 1935, Air Marshal Sir Robert Victor Goddard was flying towards a disused airfield in Scotland. He flew into a strange storm of yellow clouds before descending back into view of the airfield. Somehow, the abandoned airstrip was now in use, with mechanics in blue overalls servicing yellow trainer planes. The storm came back, however, and Goddard returned home. 4 years later, what he saw came true. RAF mechanic uniforms changed from brown to blue, trainer planes were painted yellow, and the airfield was reactivated, complete with a new kind of plane he'd seen from the air, the Magister, first flown in 1937. Did he have a vision of the future, or did his plane somehow travel through time? Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.